G'day everyone, it's another video in my Tarka home series, and I've got a familiar position from a game plan, and I went through it in another video breaking it down, so I won't do that with this video. What I want to talk to you about is about force distribution, about overcommitting, overextending. What with my trusty green stones here, I've marked the center 4 squares because they always need to be on your mind. This is the rose heart of Tarka, and we have here. I've marked out the Rubicon. This is the 13-12 line for your opponent's half. The Rubicon, obviously, if you can cross there to the end zone, that's very significant. Also, you can influence the end zone from their, in this case, for black, their 13-12 line. And so now what I want to talk to you about is what actually happens in a game, whether it's an individual or a team, where they don't they try and do it all in this massive lunge. They try and do it all in one big step. Particularly when they're playing a running game, they're running with their pieces. They want to cross their Rubicon or get to their Rubicon, and they want to get power in that zone. So now. I recommend this is the Mariana Trench through here, and you can see their end zone, their 16-15 lines. That's ultimately where you want to be, and so I recommend looking at creating an outpost on the Rubicon if you can, but if you can't, it's okay to get an outpost in the Mariana Trench. Think of it like there's nothing wrong with doing small steps rather than big steps. An outpost is where a minor piece like a knight or a bishop cannot be attacked by a squire or pawn and is defended by a squire or pawn. And so I'm actually looking at this position here, and I'm looking at a run where my knight is defended by the squire, the bishop, and the archer, and is in their territory. The squire is in the Mariana Trench, which is a very powerful place, and I'm looking at getting into one of these squares, one of these center squares, or if I have to, run that way. And obviously, I'm looking at ways that I can support that knight further, perhaps with a queen and a fellow knight and the gargoyle coming over here to help continue the attack down the flare out. But my first step was to get a beachhead, a short hop, skip, and a jump. And the beautiful thing about this is about getting to the Rubicon. I don't have stones for the entire Rubicon, but is that this knight is hitting on 4 squares on the Rubicon. These two and these two. And we can actually see how I've arranged this so that the pieces are working together. And so think of doing things in shorter steps. Aim to get an outpost, and also it is like a thorn in their finger, and it can cause lots of mistakes. Don't think about getting there all at once. Now that I've actually brought some pieces up and it's supported, and they're starting to address it. I can perhaps open up further, and now my dark square bishop and archer are hitting down those two lines, and we've got this prince combining as well. So now when I enter the into the Rubicon with my knight, look at how much it's actually now supported. I haven't overextended myself, and all the pieces are coming through and combining, and this can lead to a great many numbers of attacks. Also, don't be worried about putting the knight in the Rubicon in front of the squire, where the squire can take it, because that will just help you to drive through. Okay, so take things in stages. Don't overcommit. Don't lose your center of gravity in this, and don't think you have to eat all of the apple in one bite. Okay, take care.